Tonight, you lie inside a small tent in the middle of the woods. Outside, there are no streets, no phone signal, no locked door. Then a sharp cracking sound cuts through the night outside. You tell yourself, is this place safe? Is something out there? In daylight, the forest felt peaceful. At night, the same forest becomes a question. The same trees look taller. The same silence feels like something is watching you. Your ancestors slept under this kind of darkness for thousands of generations. They slept near trees, near insects, near wind, near sounds they could not fully control. So why could they sleep outside, while you feel unsafe inside a tent? Maybe the forest is not the problem. Maybe your brain no longer knows how to understand those sounds in the dark. The silence of the forest makes you feel even more uneasy. You whisper, I know this is probably safe. But my body does not believe me. An ancient man sits near a small fire outside the tent. You say, how are you not scared? The ancient man says, I am scared. But I know what to listen for. You blink. What does that mean? You hear noise. I hear information. Information? Wind has sound. Small animals have sound. A big animal has a sound. Wrong silence also has sound. I only hear fear. That is how modern ears work. This is the first difference. Your ancestors were not fearless. They were trained by the night. They knew which sounds belonged there, and they knew which sounds did not. So I am weaker? No. You are trained for bedrooms, not for the ancient nights your ancestors once survived. Your modern bedroom is full of safety signals. Most of them are so normal that you do not notice them. A wall tells the brain inside is safe. A lock tells the brain not everyone can enter. A light switch tells the brain darkness can be controlled. The room has a pattern, and the brain loves patterns. When the pattern repeats, the brain says, safe enough, and sleep becomes possible. Now you touch the side of the tent. This wall is only fabric. Your body is looking for familiar signals. And tonight, many of those signals are missing. So my brain is not asking, is this place fun? It is asking, is this place safe enough to sleep? And there is one important piece most people never think about. The dark does not create fear. The dark removes information. And when the brain has too little information, it fills the empty space with what it imagines. Outside, there is a rustling sound. You whisper, something feels unsafe. It sounds funny, but it is true. The ancient brain does not love uncertainty. In the ancient world, a false alarm was only annoying. But missing a real danger could be much worse. So the brain often chooses caution first. And your brain would rather scare you than be wrong. Not because your brain hates you. Because it learned this through millions of years of survival. And old systems are often careful systems. Scientists have a term that can help explain this. It is called HADD. Hyperactive Agency Detection Device. This means, when you hear a sound, your brain imagines something behind that sound. Not just wind. Maybe an animal. Maybe something moving with intention. So a breaking branch is not just a branch? In daylight, it may be just a broken branch if you can see it. But in darkness, your brain asks who or what broke it. Sound has a source. The source may move. Moving things may come closer. And that imagination makes you feel more uneasy. But this is a good survival story. After the brain takes in that information, the body's alarm system begins to join in. One important part of that system is called the amygdala. It is not the whole story of fear, but it helps the body prepare when something may be dangerous. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, your attention narrows, your hearing becomes sharper, and it becomes harder for you to sleep. So I am not choosing to be dramatic. Not completely. Fear is not only a thought, it is a body state. There is a famous case of a woman known as SM. Her amygdala was severely damaged. Many things that usually frighten people did not frighten her in the usual way. That case helped scientists understand something important. Fear is not just imagination. It is an alarm system built into the body. So when you hear a sound outside the tent, your fear is not random. Your body is asking whether the night is safe enough for sleep. I know the forest is not a horror movie. So why do horror movie images appear in my head? Because your ancient brain is old. But the images it uses can be modern. Your ancestors heard a sound and remembered animals, weather, strangers, and fire. You hear a sound, and your brain may add images from the movies you have seen. A quiet forest becomes a story. This does not mean you are foolish. It means imagination uses whatever memory gives it. At night, when there is less information, imagination gets louder. So my mind is taking one small sound and adding a whole movie. Sometimes, but imagination is only half the story. The other half is that nature is real. Sometimes danger is imagined, but sometimes danger is real. The wilderness is not evil, but it is not your bedroom. There can be cold, animals, insects, unfamiliar terrain. No quick help nearby. So your fear is not stupid. It is your brain taking uncertainty seriously. Why ancestors could sleep outside? Your ancestors did not defeat the night alone. They shared it. A group sleeping together creates a living safety system. Someone stays awake so others can sleep. The whole group does not need to stay awake at the same time. And the night becomes smaller. And the brain feels safer when safety is shared. This old night watch system still appears today. Many people sleep badly in a new place. A hotel room, a friend's house, a tent in the woods. Scientists call this the first night effect. On the first night in an unfamiliar place, part of the brain may stay more alert. As if the brain says, I do not know this place yet. So it keeps watch. So even in a hotel, my brain acts like a tiny cave guard. Exactly. Your brain is turning on alert mode in a new place. The same system that protects sleep can also interrupt sleep. I thought I was childish. I thought I was making fear out of nothing. You were not making fear out of nothing. You were making fear out of missing information. But now you understand what your brain is trying to do. Your ancestors slept outside, but not because they were fearless. They slept outside because the night was familiar. They had a map of the dark. Maybe the goal is not to become fearless. Maybe the goal is to understand what you are afraid of. Sometimes it protects you from real danger. Sometimes it exaggerates your thoughts. Sometimes it borrows images from movies. And sometimes it simply says, I do not know this place yet. And your brain is still trying to help you. In its ancient way, it is trying to bring you safely into the morning.